The widower of murdered nurse Anita Cobby has celebrated the news one of her killers, Gary Murphy, was brutally bashed by fellow inmates on Tuesday. John Cobby said he wanted to thank the inmates involved in the attack and hopes Murphy broke a lot of bones. I'd like to know who they are so I can buy them a bottle of champagne, Mr. Cobby told the Daily Telegraph. I'm not one to celebrate people being hurt, but in this case I hope they broke a lot of bones. The widower was equally rejoiceful earlier this year when Murphy's brother and accomplice, Michael, died after a battle with liver cancer. I hope it was painful for him. Only down, 4 to go, he said in February, referring to his wife's 5 killers. Gary Murphy, 61, is now in a critical condition at St. Vincent's Hospital after he was savagely beaten in the prison showers of Longday Jail. Murphy, along with his brothers Michael and Leslie Murphy and John Travers and Michael Murdoch, were all jailed for life over the murder of 26-year-old Ms. Cobby in 1986. The murder of Ms. Cobby shocked Australia after her body was found in a paddock at Prospect in Western Sydney. She had been kidnapped while walking from Blacktown railway station and pack-raped. Having been dragged through barbed wire into a paddock, her throat was slit with a knife. A 61-year-old inmate from Longday Correctional Complex has been transferred to hospital after he was allegedly assaulted around 10:20 a.m. today, Corrective Services NSW said in a statement. The incident occurred in 10 wing of Area 1 that I am in at the Metropolitan Special Programs Center. A number of possible assailants have been identified. Corrective Services NSW is assisting NSW police with their investigations. The Metropolitan Special Programs Center is currently home to inmates including Michael Guider, the serial pedophile who in 1986 killed 9-year-old schoolgirl Samantha Kint. On the night Ms. Cobby was abducted, Travers, Murdoch and the Murphy brothers stole a car and got drunk at Doonside. They then drove to Windsor looking to buy drugs. Michael Murphy later said the group needed money for petrol and they saw Ms. Cobby walking down the road. We were just going to grab her handbag until John, Travers, said, "Let's take her with us," as Gary Murphy claimed. What followed was a sickening sequence of physical and sexual assaults. Ms. Cobby was raped, punched and kicked repeatedly in the car and had a knife held to her throat to stop her screaming. The group stopped to put petrol before driving to Reen Road at Prospect, where the one-time beauty queen was dragged through a barbed wire fence into a paddock and raped again. Travers cut her throat as Ms. Cobby fought to stay alive. Her body was discovered naked and face down, with her eyes still open, in the field 2 days later. The 5 killers were arrested about 3 weeks after the attack and their capture brought calls for the reintroduction of the death penalty. Gary Murphy wet himself when he was taken into custody. Gary, then 28, along with his brothers Michael, 33, Leslie, 22, as well as Murdoch, 19, and Travers, 18, were convicted of murder and sentenced to life in jail. The confession of Travers, considered the ringleader of the group, was secretly recorded. We were all drunk and she effing seen all of us. So I just cut her, Travers said. In sentencing the killers, Justice Alan Maxwell said this was a calculated killing done in cold blood. If any person were ever to consider granting them parole, the executive should grant the same degree of mercy they bestowed on Anita Lorraine Cobby in Mr. Reen's boiler paddock on the night of 2 February 1986. When Gary's brother Michael died of cancer, Ms. Cobby's widower John Cobby was delighted. I hope it was painful for him, he told the Daily Telegraph. One down, 4 to go. Michael Murphy had been in and out of hospital and had been asked shortly before his death if he would apologize to Ms. Cobby's family. Why would I f-king apologize to anyone while you bs leave me in this f-king hospital room and treat me like this, he barked.